We're back with the latest on the crisis at the southern border. According to Customs and Border Protection data, a record 2.76 million migrants crossed the border during the 2022 fiscal year, shattering the previous annual record by more than 1 million. For more, we're joined by NBC News Homeland Security correspondent Julia Ainsley. Julia, good morning to you. So let's start with that record-breaking increase. Why is it so many people are trying to get into the U.S. right now?
Well, Joe, we saw two big surges this year, one in the spring and then one again in early fall, including last month when we saw a number of Venezuelans coming, Venezuelans, Nicaraguans, Cubans, so high. When I was at the border, I even saw some people sleeping on the street because it overwhelmed local shelters. Now, in Venezuela, they have a political crisis. Economic people I spoke to said they didn't have enough to eat. You often hear the same in other countries going through crises like that, like Cuba, like Haiti. People selling everything they have in order to pay people, oftentimes smugglers, oftentimes with ties to cartels, in fact, most times with ties to cartels, to come to the United States. They're in desperate situations. Sometimes it's not just political and economic, it's climate change. People in Guatemala are on farms that could no longer grow food. And a big reason for this has to do with a global phenomenon after COVID-19. A lot of places, their economies have been devastated, political turmoil is going on, and there's been a big flood to come to the United States. But oftentimes, many of them can't get in, especially those people I mentioned from Guatemala, Central America, because COVID-19 restrictions on the border, known as Title 42, are still in place. So even though they're arriving, they're not always allowed the chance to come into the United States and claim asylum.
So, Julia, I mean, it is worth noting U.S. Customs and Border Protection says those record-breaking numbers might be slightly misleading. Why is that?
Yeah, that's right. Because as I mentioned, a lot of those people might be showing up at the border, but they're actually being sent back into Mexico because of Title 42, that COVID restriction. So sometimes they're counted more than once. This year, we saw a rapid increase in people crossing the border 2 or 3 times in a single month. That person is counted again and again. These are border crossings, not migrants. And you can't also say that 2.7 million were allowed in the United States when at least half of them were pushed back into Mexico, not even allowed to claim asylum. Something that advocates of asylum and immigrants are fighting right now in court, hoping that that could be overturned, something the Biden administration actually tried to end in May, but they were also stopped in a district court.
As you mentioned, you've been to the border a number of times. What is being done there to try and deal with the surge in migrants?
Well, they're trying to increase their technology so that they can see who's coming across. They're trying to work with local shelters so that they can take in more people. Cities are oftentimes using their own money and getting reimbursed by FEMA as they set up local shelters. And in fact, we know that inside the Biden administration, they've talked about taking a page from the book of Republican governors who are putting migrants on buses into interior cities and actually doing that in an organized fashion, talking to cities so that they can set up the local resources that are needed to take in migrants, especially when you talk about migrants from countries like Venezuela, where they don't have family members in the United States. But I will say something has been done specifically on Venezuelans in the past month that could bring these numbers down. We know now that the Biden administration is starting to turn back Venezuelans, only allowing a cap of 24,000 in, and they have to be able to show that they have family members in the United States who can take care of them. Actually, a devastating blow to a lot of Venezuelans who say they have nowhere else to go and that northern Mexico is not a place where they could work or find enough to eat and are often subjected to violence. But that will bring down those numbers that we're seeing, Joe.
All right, Julia Ainsley, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.